The two UFC champions who competed atop the UFC 266 card on Saturday in Las Vegas held on to their belts. In the main event, Alexander Volkanovski earns a thrilling unanimous decision win over Brian Ortega in one of the best title fights we've seen this year, consisted of one of the best rounds we've seen this year, but Volkanovski proves his point with a 20th consecutive victory on his MMA record, a second defense of that featherweight title, and I think this silenced a lot of the critics coming off his two fights with Max Holloway, a very controversial decision in both fights, but I think Volkanovski, of course, he doesn't make the calls in those judges' decisions, so he came in and did what he had to do in this fight, and I think he looked really, really solid, showed so much heart in getting out of those submission attempts, and he definitely belongs at the top of this division, which is one of the most interesting divisions in the sport right now. Featherweight, always loaded, and I think we know what is to come. The UFC on this same night making official a main event between Max Holloway and Jair Rodriguez for November 13th. This is the most clear number one contender fight you could possibly make. I don't think anyone would have complained if Max Holloway went straight into a title shot after his win over Calvin Kattar earlier this year, but he likes to keep busy. Who knows what the situation with Volkanovski is going to be in terms of his timeline. November 13th, not that far away, and I think Holloway, if he gets it done, of course, you do that third fight. It's a rare circumstance where a champion has two wins over a contender, but we all know the story there. They need to run that back a third time if Holloway is able to win, and of course give Rodriguez his respect if he's able to get his hand raised against Holloway, which has been the toughest of feats. He will be more than deserving of a title shot himself, so that is a clear road in terms of what is next for Volkanovski. For me, when you shift to Valentina Shevchenko in the co-main event, what can you say about this woman? One of the greatest mixed martial artists of all times, makes easy work of Lauren Murphy for her sixth consecutive title defense of that women's flyweight belt with the fourth round TKO, and Shevchenko, an unstoppable force atop this division. We know what we want to see out of her. We want to see her fight Amanda Nunes for a third time. If Amanda Nunes beats Juliana Pena at UFC 269 on December 11th, I think you have to definitely consider that fight. Who knows if they will be able to reach terms, but you have to at least look at it. That's the biggest fight to make. If Shevchenko opts to stay at 125 and defend that belt once more, you have to look at the winner of the fight between Joanne Calderwood and Alexa Grasso that's coming up. To me, that's just, of course, a little bit down the rankings in terms of names, but Shevchenko's wiped out everyone there. If you want to give her a fresh contender, it has to be the winner of that fight. Otherwise, you are just going back to rematches in that division. So I think there will be a close eye on the winner of that bout between Calderwood and Grasso for Shevchenko's next title defense. But come on, we all want to see the Shevchenko-Nunes trilogy. Hopefully they can get that done, but otherwise Shevchenko is going to keep cruising at 125 after another dominant title defense.